Professor Kuznick, do stay on with us. Let me, in fact, bring in my colleague Molly Gambhir, who is also with us. Molly, at this moment, it's pretty difficult to see as to what, in fact, is unfolding over the skies of Tehran. The fact that the USS George Bush has also been announced to have moved into the Indian Ocean region, and the fact that there were explosions that were heard over the Iranian skies and the air defense systems were engaged. Is this a point of inflection from talking of negotiations and peace and drawing down this war? Is this the beginning of another escalation? What are you picking up at your end?
Indeed, just piecing together what's unfolded, Saleh, over the last couple of hours itself, since we've been getting in those reports. Now, just a short while back, what's been reported by the Iranian news. In fact, the local media, they're reporting that explosions were heard over Tehran and that the air defense systems were activated. That news that came in just a while ago. And then we've seen that statement coming in from Donald Trump. Like we were saying, what comes out of the United States will be very important to watch out given the situation unfolding in Iran. So now Donald Trump has now put out that statement, categorically saying that essentially a deal will happen only as per America's interest. Now, whether or not the kind of pressure that the U.S. is trying to exert on Iran, will it work or not, is the fundamental question here. Because remember, the Strait of Hormuz crisis, for example, or the economic pressure that Donald Trump is trying to exert on Iran through that blockade, of a blockade in a way, that also throws up a number of questions and challenges, because will that strategy work? And the Strait of Hormuz crisis, remember, is just a fallout of the US-Israel war against Iran, because that was never really in the picture. It was a natural fallout, of course, because we had seen statements coming in from the Iranian side that, that indicated that that will be a natural reaction from Iran to close the Strait of Hormuz. So the war objectives essentially started out as being, like you also discussed, the regime change, the nuclear program of Iran, which remains at the center stage of the negotiations that were held earlier, the sticking points that have remained, be it the kind of war objectives that Donald Trump has been touting from earlier on when the war started on the 28th of February. Look at the way the statements really have unfolded, the back and forth regarding all of these war objectives. And coming to where things stand right now, the second round of talks has not happened. The precarious situation between the two sides continues, and the world is watching these developments very closely, because what unfolds in West Asia right now, given the crucial juncture, given the Hormuz crisis that continues to be a pain point for the entire world in terms of the impact that's already been seen on the supply chains, the economic impact, the energy market supply as well that's been impacted already, and the recovery time that it will take from here onwards.